Today we are going to speak about a topic which is vital for the current days as of 2021 and maybe the coming years 2022 up to 2050. It is the idea of the remote management, remote services, remote everything. So even it is remote education, everything now is remotely done, remotely managed, remotely the information is transferred. And this idea is not coming from today because there was some pandemic, because there was some climate change, because of the need of anything, but it's running in the maintenance field and industrial field since years ago. But there are some foundations for the maintenance management that we need to refresh in our mind. We shall start by two examples. I had came across them. One of them was through one of the major construction companies and technology provider, innovators in the field of the steel industry, and they visited our plant, which was supplied by this company, and they were speaking about the new services that they are providing remotely. And they explained to us why they are providing these services remotely. The first idea was, or the first need to make these remote services for the construction, either or for the maintenance or for the technical services, there is scarcity of skilled field installators and installation management and commissioning managers and so on. And also there's sometimes they are faced with concurrent projects. So you have many projects running at the same time and they need the same expert in two geographically separated distant areas. Also, there are some nowadays on our planet Earth, there are some difficult or conflict or unsafe areas to dispatch your precious resources or manpower to these areas during the conflict. At the same time, there's major projects with a lot of income money coming to them. So that's one idea. Another one, I don't have a medical background, but I had read about it, that some surgeries are managed or done remotely through doctors thousands of kilometers away, and there is a medical team in the surgery room with the patient, and the surgery is running or is managed or supervised by doctors thousands of kilometers away. What is the common between these two examples? That's one from the industrial field, one from the medical field. What is common between them? The common between them is that in the local location where there is the patient, where there is the installation, where is the problem, where is the industry, there should be some data collected from the field, and it is seamlessly transferred to the other location where there is the expert or the manager or the advisor or the consultant or whatever. So there should be data collection and seamless transfer of this data collection. To have this data collection, you should have a team capable of data collection, and you should have a team capable of following what the instructions of the one who is on the other side. So this having a remote management, a remote consultant, a remote doctor does not serve instead of a local one, which is capable at least to follow the ideas or the concepts from the remote management or the remote consultant or the remote installator and so on. And there should be a medium to transfer and communicate easily with a robust foundation. So the missing ingredient in these two examples is the foundation. So usually they speak about the activities, they speak what they are going to do remotely and so on. But the foundations, that's what we need to stress on in this chat together, that what is the foundations that we need to be able to make use of the experts that are available online, that are available as consultants, as an online, and they can make some intervention and add their ideas and their experiences. If you don't have on the ground someone to receive this experience or these instructions and to apply them, you won't be able to get benefit from this remote consultant or this remote management or this remote doctor. So the local team should have hands-on experience. So you cannot eliminate the hands-on experience or the practices with the remote management. Or also you cannot do it without tools, available tools perfect for the installation, if we're speaking about this installation company of mobile equipment and so on. Also, there should be some common documentation between the two parties. This common documentation speaks about the exactly what is on the ground, the exact condition on the ground, about the equipment, the exact condition on the ground, about the installation, the locations, the naming, the drawings. Okay, parts should be available in hand. Schedule should be coordinated between the remote team and the local team, and there should be shared records of what is happening on the field and what is going there. So whatever system you like to apply in your local area, you should understand that the systems that you are applying, it does not mean that you need some electronic system or digital system or something like that, but it depends on the skill of the industry. So if you have thousands of equipment or thousands of parts and so on, so you should have some digital management for them. Otherwise, if it's not that big, and or even if you can handle it manually or with simple locally developed programs and so on, but you should have some foundations for this. These foundations is not, the system is not the main foundation, because the system, if it is not fed with proper information and constantly fed and updated with the proper information, it has nothing. It's equal if you are having the system on papers or if you are having the system computerized or whatever. So you should have some basis for the records and updated records and tracking for your system. If you cannot do it manually, then you cannot do it with whatever computer system you had adapted. So you should have the idea. So these ideas or this understanding of how the system runs, how the maintenance runs, and so on, all these are the foundations, the hands-on experience of the team. You should level them and upgrade them. To level them and upgrade them, then you can make utilization of the experts that is outside of your local location. We had some example in the maintenance years ago. It's running and it's always the same. For example, some of the technical advanced machines like the CNC machine, if you like to have in-house with you a technical expert in the CNC machines, if this is your main business, that's vital. But if it's not, that's your core business. So having someone specialized in the numerical control is somehow costly for you, and you will not have a lot of job to do because these machines do not need service every time. So you should have a local team able to understand the technical support of the CNC machine. So if you have any failure on the CNC machine, this local team should understand what the CNC machine manufacturer or service team is telling him to check, to replace, to make tests, and so on. And then they are sending him the parts, and then he's changing the program, is making some sort of adjustments, and so on. And so otherwise, you will keep your machine idle, waiting for an expert to travel few days till he comes, and then he starts repairing your machine. That's this example in most of the places that's having CNC machines or computerized numerical controlled machines. Also, do we need locally in the maintenance process, do we need the same foundations of having the same information shared along all the areas? Yes, it's very important. Otherwise, you will have some conflict of working between the local teams, between the common teams, between the common areas, between the planners, with the production, wrong naming, wrong identification, wrong records of the data. So you should ensure that you have a robust data recorded to be able to share the collaboration with your team. Do you need a digital system? As I told you before, it depends on the size of the equipment, and if you can't handle a local system, manual local system, you can't handle a digital system. However, you get it from the best company in the world, you will not be able to manage it in the right position. Otherwise, you bring someone to manage you instead of managing the system to be able to run it. Okay, if you have any ideas, or if you have any doubts, or if you have something you need to ask about, any discussion, any free services, and so on, we are offering custom services through Fiverr, or you can drop us a line by clicking on the link you will find in the chat box. We will leave you under the video some connection to the blog with this article. You will find it, you can read it again, and then you can drop us a line, and you can join our trainings on Udemy either in Arabic and English. See you in coming chats. I hope these insights will serve to make your life better in the future.